before the Holocaust happened, you know, within Germany, the word Nazi had two different meanings. To the German people, it was a name that let everybody know that they were God's chosen people and the master race, that exists on the planet, and they were the best humans on this planet. And anyone besides a German was less than human. You know what I mean? And they had a really good society before the war. The Nazi regime did bring prosperity to the people, and made everybody's lives happier and happier. And to the Germans, the word Nazi, it was something to be proud of, but not to the Jewish people that lived within Germany. And the Nazis looked at the Jewish people as, illegal inhabitants, people that shouldn't be there, illegal immigrants kind of thing, And when a Jewish person looked at a Nazi, their definition was different. Because to the Jewish people, a Nazi was their oppressors. There were people that didn't let them walk down the street, There were people that would murder them if they stepped out of line, There were people that had rights that they didn't have, So they looked at the word Nazi differently. They were the word, and then later on, as the war progressed and began and stuff, the word Nazi became to the Jewish people, the definition changed from merely an oppressive, source that would, throw them in prison, throw the Jewish people in prison and murder the Jewish people. But of course it was legal under Nazi law at the time because the law allowed it. So technically the Nazis didn't do anything wrong under law, And that's how they saw it. That's how the Nazis saw it. But the Jewish people saw it, define the word Nazi very differently, as an oppressor, and then as a murderer of their people. And as it progressed, they almost made them extinct, They almost made them extinct. But here's the thing, the Jewish people within Germany, when they said the word Nazi, that definition within their mind of a Nazi, unfortunately, due to factors that have cause and effect that have occurred, now the native inhabitants that can trace their ownership of the land to an actual, genetic line of ancestors that lived on the land, even to the time of when Israel as a nation existed, in the BC time area. People from then, they're line descendants. All those people, the line of descendants that remain in the area, they're all ancestors too. Some of them were Jews, descendants of Abraham, A lot of the Palestinians in Gaza and the West Strip are also, descendants of all the tribes that existed back then, because people be having sex or whatever. But here's the thing. The natives that live in the Gaza Strip, and the West Bank, behind the fences, and when they leave, they can't walk down streets, and they have less rights than the Jewish people because they're not real citizens, so they don't deserve the same rights as the Jewish people, They're less than human, because the Jewish people are God's chosen people, and anybody besides the Jewish people are less than human, basically, to the Jewish people, when they look at the natives of the land, But when the natives look at the land, look at the Jewish people, and they say the word Jew, within their mind, the definition of Jew to these natives who are persecuted, have been murdered under the law, are robbed under the law, are imprisoned under the law, watch their extended families get bombed under the law, When these people say Jew, the definition of within their mind, before it grows into the word Jew, that seed of knowledge, that grows into the word Jew, that's the same seed of knowledge that the Jewish people had in Nazi Germany. It's the same definition when the Jewish people of Nazi Germany said Nazi. It's the same definition as the Israeli natives, as the natives of Israel. The ones that didn't leave a long time ago and came back to claim their divine right or whatever, but the ones that had a divine right by birthright, actual birthright, and a line of ancestors of the land, you know? When they say Jew, they're saying the same word that the Jewish people's ancestors said when they said Nazi, you know? And that's just the truth. And when a Jewish person says Arab or Palestinian or I don't know what they call them, you know, goys, but when they treat the natives, when they talk about, you know, the natives of the land, whatever word that is, I don't really know what it is. I'm just gonna say the native Palestinians. But when they say Palestinians or occupiers or whatever they say, whatever word that the Jewish people use to define these people, when they say that word, the definition within their mind, the seed of understanding within their mind, is the same seed of understanding that the Nazis had when they said the word Jew, you know? Same definition. And a good way to look at it is Nazis knew they were God's chosen people. Jews know that they're God's chosen people, you know? They were both right. Both of them are right, you know? We're all God's chosen people. It's just some of us are fucking stupid. We can't realize that, you know, we're all God's chosen people or whatnot. I can't understand how God would create, you know, my race of people, which is perfect, and the other race of people over there that's, you know, they're not perfect because they're not like me and I'm perfect, you know, and they're not perfect. Like it's an age-old argument. Like, yeah, you're God's chosen people. And another argument is way to look at it is, my mom's the best mom that ever will exist on this entire planet. And when I find somebody else that also says the same stuff about their mother, and they say that their mother is the best mother on the planet, so there's no way that my mother can be the best mother on the planet, you know? When I meet somebody like this, I know we both got the best mom on this planet, you know what I mean? We both do, at the same time. This person has the best mom, and so do I, you know what I mean? Lots of people on this planet have the best mom in the world that will ever exist. And that's just the truth, you know? Lots of things can be true at the same time. Lots of people can be chosen people at the same time, you know? Lots of people can have the best mother that will ever exist at the same time, you know? Lots of things can be true at the same time, you know? Educate yourself.